TRT testosterone replacement therapy, what it has done for me so far, within the last 4 years, I noticed a slight dip in my energy level. Leading up to last year, when I hit 30 years old, I decided to go and get some blood work done. When I got my results back, I was sitting mid 400s. Under 500, you can start feeling symptoms, and being 31 years old, that's significantly low for me. Welcome to my channel, guys. My name is Arron Glysch. I am originally from Wisconsin, left Wisconsin pretty much as soon as I could, traveled around quite a bit, both in construction and the military. I've always been an active person. I've always enjoyed working out, running, CrossFit, baseball, basketball, hiking, fishing, kayaking, anything that could do with physical activity or anything that has to do with physical activity, I'm doing it. I always was doing it. Within the last 4 years or so, I noticed a slight dip in my energy level. I would say it started out, I guess, being lethargic throughout the day, not being as mentally sharp, I guess not necessarily having a lack of motivation to do activity, but not necessarily having the energy to actually do the activities that I wanted to. So leading up to last year, when I hit 30 years old, I decided to go and get some blood work done. So this was my initial test. I've heard about low testosterone, and I figured at 30 years old I'd had nothing to worry about, because they say you drop 1% every year after 30 years old. Basically, every year after 30, they say that it decreases 1%. When I got my results back, then I was sitting mid 400s. I'd say the normal range is between 300 and 1100, which is such a wide range. It's very dependent on many of your lifestyle choices and also your age, your environment. I think there's many factors that go into it. I don't drink. I shouldn't say I don't drink, but I've only had 6 to 8 alcoholic beverages in the last 18 months, I would say. So around then I wasn't drinking. Usually choose non-processed foods. Again, obviously I'm sitting in my gym here, but always wanted to be physically active. I don't smoke, I don't chew. So for my testosterone levels to be, I guess, at that level is surprising to me. Fast forward, our son was born in October. And then after that, I figured it's lack of sleep. We moved from Washington to Utah, where we are currently. And I noticed significant weight gain. Usually I sit around 185 to 195. I'm 5'9", for reference, but I got up to like 208, 210, and I knew something was off. And again, I wasn't eating terribly bad, still trying to remain active, all those different things. And so I ended up getting 2 more blood panels done, and I was sitting high 300s. Being, I guess, under 500, you can start feeling symptoms, and being 31 years old, that's significantly low for me. Let me back up a little bit. I am journaling everything. So the first 2 weeks, I noticed mental clarity, and then I noticed more energy throughout the day and a little bit better sleep. That's what I noticed. 2, 3, 4 weeks in, libido through the roof. Through the roof. I didn't really realize that it was affecting my libido, between obviously me and my wife, but 3, 4 weeks and beyond, complete game changer, through the roof. And then working out, my workouts, I feel like I'm getting a pump like back in high school or early 20s, have the energy to do my workouts. I do a push-pull legs cycle, and then I do implement some CrossFit training. So some high intensity work at that. I have the energy to do it. I'm only eating whole foods. I'm eating nothing processed. It's chicken, greens, a little bit of dairy, but when I say dairy, I mean fresh mozzarella, cottage cheese with every other meal, things like that. And I'm taking in probably 0.7 grams to a gram of protein per pound of body weight. I'm not really counting carbs or fats. I do track on my Whoop watch, but I'm not necessarily counting all my calories and my macros at this point. I guess with all those things, it's been a game changer for me. I mean, through and through, I've noticed a significant increase in the energy. Again, my sleep is better, mental clarity, motivated to work out again. I'm hoping that obviously staying consistent with TRT, with working out, with dieting, getting 10 to 15,000 steps a day, which I do strive for. I'm hoping I see more of a recomp. Obviously, my body was adjusting to new levels of testosterone. My experience is different than others. I'm clinically diagnosed with PTSD, again, from my prior service, things like that. I don't know if that plays a factor as to why I had low testosterone, but my recommendation to you, I'm not a doctor, by no means. Don't take any clinical advice from me, but if you are considering getting onto TRT, I would get your blood work done, and whatever it comes back at, basically implement adjustments from there. And what I mean by that is your diet has to be dialed in. I mean, if you're eating like shit, you're gonna feel like shit. If you're not active right now, again, if you're drinking a lot, alcohol, if you're abusing, I guess, any substance at all, those can play a huge factor. If you have high levels of stress, whether that be your work environment, home environment, your relationship with your significant other, family, friends, whatever environment that you're in, those all play a factor. So based off of what your blood work comes back in, I mean, focus on your diet. Getting your diet dialed in is number one. Being active is number two. Hydration is number three. What environment you're truly in. And then I guess if you implement those things and you notice a difference, go in, get your blood tested again, and then basically adjust from there. If you have all those things dialed in and your T levels still come back low, I mean, what is it going to hurt to try to get on TRT? Ultimately, it's going to benefit you. It's going to help you, make you feel better. Don't care about what other people say, think. I mean, people can judge and ridicule me for getting on TRT, but ultimately it's my life. Makes me feel better. And if somebody has something to say about that, so be it. I really don't care, because me and mine and my environment and those around me, I mean, that's what matters to me. And somebody thinking otherwise, they can F off, truthfully. I know that might be a little harsh, but who's somebody else to say what I'm doing with my life and what makes me feel good and ultimately improves the quality of life for me? So happy to share my story. And if you got any questions for me, feel free to drop them down below. And I'll have some links to some other videos. So thanks for tuning in.